It's C-Doc again.
Yo, 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 yo. What's up? Tuesday night.
We getting ready to bring right now.
Tuesday night.
All of us have been
30
waiting
action.
This the one right here.
A band.
One.
Jump back the track. Call a record now. Watching y'all get it to the
SoChuckified.
record now. Hitting y'all a
Thinking I may have the audio straight tonight. Maybe not. Good to see you all again. It is C-Doc again. It is 8:30 Tuesday night. And let's go ahead and bring in some folks. What's up, Doc?
What's up, brother? How are you?
Can't hear you.
Excellent. Fantastic. Can you hear me?
Still can't hear you. Good Lord. Maybe that's my audio. I'm sure it is.
Let me double check. Check. Yeah, I'm supposed to be there.
You there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cannot hear you.
Disable. Check. Disable. Check. Oh, M-Rock can hear us.
I'm ready for M-Rock to take us over. I can't hear anything.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully everybody else out there can hear me. Let me see. We can hear. Okay.
I'll be back.
You can hear us both. Okay. SoChuckified will be back. Anyway, what's up, y'all? It's C-Doc again. Welcome to the show. M-Rock in the house.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
What's up, bro? How are you?
I'm great, man. How are you? Good to see you.
Shan says, unfortunately, I can hear you. Well, thank you. Good to see you, too. I'm glad you made it tonight. You're not spinning tonight, correct?
Yeah, unfortunately not. To those watching out there, we're trying to fine tune the audio stuff, and so we're hoping for next week I'll actually be on the wheels. So tonight I just get to sit and be part of the panel, which is cool.
That's all right, man. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
So, yeah. A couple of audio kinks. Once we get one thing figured out, then something else goes straight to hell right here on It's C-Doc again. That's par for the course. I was busting my hump trying to get a promo ready to bring for our guest this evening. So we'll see if that works, if we can get that to work. Also, I don't know if you can hear. Oh, all good.
I can hear now.
Okay, excellent. Are we on Facebook tonight? Because we weren't.
We are not on Facebook tonight.
Okay, we're not on Facebook tonight. All right.
We are only on YouTube.
Only on YouTube. Exclusive at YouTube.
Wow. Suck on that, MySpace.
YouTube. That's right. Geo cities. Get your ass out of here. So the music was on tonight. I'm pretty sure.
The music was on. You are a little quiet, sir, than you normally are.
I am right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do I sound any better now?
Yes, you do.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
I'll take a picture of these levels. Actually, I'm going to do that while I'm thinking about it.
All right. So in the meantime, in between time, shout outs to everybody in the chat, everybody joining us live tonight. I see CM in the house, Flatline in the house, Hip Hop Gods, Break North Radio in the house. By the way, speaking of the RSTV app and Rap Station, Break North Radio, we want to welcome them to the Rap Station family because they are now going to be a part of that. So shout out to Break North Radio, DJ Hollywood, and I'm thinking he should be one of the next guests coming up. as the new rap station member. Flatline shouting out my Black Medine shirt. Shout out to Black Medine.
Yep.
So I don't know if they're here. Jennifer O'Jenny, of course you're here. And Andrea, Kevin Taylor, what's up, good people? Shan. Yeah, okay. Well, that's it. Kevin Taylor's already bringing on the questions. Excellent.
Nice.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Glad he's paying attention.
He's paying attention.
Yep.
That's right. So how the hell are you guys?
Oh, man, I tell you, what lunacy today. Jeez. Lunacy.
Is there a day that you don't have that's not lunacy?
Maybe no, probably not. So yeah.
I like your mood lighting. It's a nice look.
Yeah, I can't. I gotta figure out how to light this damn place for the show because it just.
I mean, I like it.
Okay, well, if you think so, I could not wear the hat, but then I look ridiculous, and then because if I didn't wear the hat, then I'd have light hitting me from above. But
you're looking kind of swole tonight. Did you do like 50 push-ups before you jumped on?
No, but I was running laps around the house trying to get ready. So, trying to get, go to the bathroom, get a drink. Hype Style's in the house, late to the party. Don't worry, Hype Style, we're all late to the party. So
We're just getting warmed up, but
yeah, exactly. It's C-Doc again.
We won't have the audio fixed until it's like 8:45. So
right, exactly. So it's all good. But
it's all good in his hood.
Yeah, exactly. How was SoChuckified real quick? How was birthday yesterday with your wife's birthday yesterday? Did you guys do anything?
No, we didn't.
Excellent.
We had a trip planned. I had a trip planned on Friday, and of course, the one time a year that we get snow, it did, and so we had to cancel it. We moved it to May, so it didn't really feel like a birthday present. Although I did order my wife a bike rack for our RV, which she was more than excited about. That's what you get excited about when you're adulting.
Yeah, it's the little things, man.
Like,
it is.
Yeah.
Mar and I, for Christmas this year, we got ourselves a new vacuum cleaner. That was big. That was our gift.
You got excited about it.
Yeah, now we can actually vacuum. Backhorst in the house. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Appreciate it, bro.
That's right. You just had a birthday as well yesterday.
Yeah, your wife and I share the same birthday. So,
yeah. How old are you now, Doc?
I just turned a lovely and spry 48. So,
wow.
Yeah,
that's good, man. 48. Emrock, how old are you?
Also 48. So,
yeah. Wow.
You got me beat, though. You got me beat, right? Am I the young man in the house tonight? So far,
yeah. Where do you SoChuckified?
Let's see. On the 30th of December, I turned 50.
The big 5-0.
Talk about this. The big 5-0. Here come the 5-0.
Yep. The big 5-0.
Yeah, it's now downhill from here, fellas.
Come on, son. You're all right. You got this,
unless
bro.
I take up, Mr. Chuck, the last time I talked to him, he told me he did Pilates for the last 6 years. I guess that's why he can jump around the stage so much.
That dude is.
I may have to do that.
Yep. I'm telling you, man. That's the way to go.
He's in good shape.
Pilates and I don't even know what you say there. How you say that? But Pilates easing. That is not correct at all. So,
well, Pilates is what got the rstvapp.com started. So, if you all are into Pilates, you need to have the accompanying Rap Station Radio app.
Yep. Indeed.
That's a good segue, Chuck.
Yep. Very
like
good
that segue.
Yeah, it was smooth.
I'm the master of segues. I can remember the first time before I knew Jennifer O'Jenny, I made a comment on like the first show and I was watching the comments and she was like, easy now. easy. And I thought I offended her. And now, knowing what I know about Jennifer O'Jenny, I'm like, there's no way possibly to offend her. So
That is true.
CM Lugo, don't you dare run 50 for me, Chuck. 50 is amazing, dude. I quit counting a while back. My wife turned a number I won't repeat, but it's 5 years younger than me. I don't use that number in my vernacular anymore. So she can either stay 44 or she can be 46.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
understood.
Are y'all ready for a little hip hop history and all that good?
Yeah, let's go.
And, wait,
Heck yeah.
I should have done this. And all that jazz. Sorry, I had to do that.
Oh, is that a hint?
That's foreshadowing. They call that foreshadowing.
Understood.
Yeah. So here's our set list, y'all. I mean, come on, Daddyo. I can't believe we only got 14 people out here for Daddyo. We're gonna
Is that because we're not on Facebook? Is that why?
I don't know. It's a good question. I don't really see a ton of metrics on Facebook.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
honestly, I think it runs my the services down in the background if you're trying to multi-stream.
Gotcha.
So I'm trying this week, but that's a good. We may check it out next week and see. A little test and learn, if you will.
Yeah. It's always a test here. Cheesemonger in the house. What up, bro? Good to see you.
All right. So we're looking at January 27th, 1988. And I will tell you, this is not an album.
Oh.
This is a single.
Oh. And all that jazz.
Any guesses?
Something about DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince?
Ooh, close. I did want to do Parents Just Don't Understand. But, you know, they're redoing Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's just called Bel-Air.
I think I'd heard something about that.
Yeah. Apparently it's supposed to be gritty. I don't know how you
Oh,
make that
yes.
gritty.
Yeah. I had heard about that. Yeah. Now, of course, as I said, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, I was like, oh, God, Stetsasonic. So, talking all that jazz.
No, it's not.
All right. Never mind.
That would have been the easy one to go to.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought, but
Cali.
Yeah. Some of the best sloppy scratching you'll ever hear this side of C-Doc.
I can't slop this hard, man. Can't do it.
One of my least favorite LL Cool J songs.
You know, I used to not like it, and then I don't remember what it was. I always liked the video. I love the video. I thought the video was amazing.
Great.
But I heard it one time, and it just clicked for me, and now I love it. It's one of my favorites. But I used to be like that. Yeah, I used to like not. I'd skip it. But now, now it's tops for me. I love it.
Now, do you know the movie it was made for?
Less than zero.
Yeah, Less Than Zero.
Yes,
Yep.
indeed. Yeah,
There it
Less Than
is.
Zero.
That soundtrack came out on Def Jam Records.
That's right.
Oh, did it really?
It did.
Bring the noises on there.
Yep, Bring the Noises on there.
Yep.
Now,
Damn,
some quick
I should have gone with Bring the Noise.
some quick trivia. That was not the song that Public Enemy submitted for that soundtrack.
Oh, do tell.
The song they submitted for that soundtrack was Don't Believe the Hype.
Huh.
And Don't Believe the Hype was the
Interesting.
Don't Believe the Hype was the song they recorded. It was the next song they recorded after Rebel Without a Pause. And Chuck confirms this in his lyrics when he says, "Yes, was the start of my last jam. So here it is again, another Def Jam."
Oh, now it makes sense.
Now it makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, but they submitted it, and for whatever reason, it came back. They want something different. So, Bring the Noise was they were doing Bring the Noise, which Chuck hated at first, and then he came to terms with many years later.
Such a terrible song.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, if they make crap like that, I wouldn't even put it out.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Exactly. Now,
I do need to throw on. What's that on? Hold up. Break North was talking about the B-side.
Oh yeah, Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper. What is that on?
It's on the B side of the single.
It's on the B side of the single, but it's also
I'm aware of that, but it's also on a album.
Well, no.
It's not?
No. It's on the cassette of Walking with a Panther, and it's also on Def Jam. What was that album? It's a compilation album, Greatest Hits Volume 1 or something like that. Like from 87, 88 or something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. But
I don't think I knew that.
yeah, it's only on the cassette of Walking with a Panther. So it wasn't actually on an
Jack
album.
the Ripper's a fantastic song.
Jack the Ripper is a fantastic song, yeah. Yep.
Where were you guys on if you were on a side, where were you guys on the side of the LL Kumo D battle?
Come on, dude. LL all day.
That was
No, I got to go with Mo just because Mo I thought Mo was more lyrical. Looking back now, LL made the better songs.
Yeah.
But Mo was, I don't know. But I was a Mo D fan, so what are you gonna do?
Well, it's because you had those wraparound shades.
Exactly, that I stole from my grandparents.
Those blue blockers.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
What? Oh, I know Jennifer O'Jenny's got some blue blockers.
Oh man. Do you guys remember the commercial? There's the dude rapping, "My name is Geek. I put him on as a shocker. Man, I love my sun blue blockers."
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Every time.
Oh, that is awesome that you just said that. I've got a little video to share before we bring our guest on. However, I don't quite remember how to do this, so I don't want to mess it up.
Did you upload it?
Or do I? No, because if I hit share right, or if I hit open, is it going to share it right now?
No. Is it a file on your machine?
It is.
Yeah, go over to the brand tab, go to video clips, and add video clip. That's the easiest way to do it.
That's okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's do that.
And we'll do some filler here while you're waiting.
Yo, Knack.
So M-Rock,
I'm talking about. I'm sorry, man.
What'd you say?
What's Knackworth saying?
And Knackworth knows exactly what I'm talking about with the sun blue blockers. Dr. Geek in LA. Shout out to Knackworth.
Dr. Geek.
I see Daddyo laughing in the green room, so he must know too.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Or he's just laughing at our ridiculous conversation.
Right.
Either or.
Daddyo's like skipping rope, like shadow boxing. Damn.
Yeah, he's getting ready, man.
He's ready.
He's all glistening.
Glistening.
Do you have the video in there yet?
It's uploading.
Was it like 24 gigs?
No, it's only 80 megs.
Oh, that's not bad. You remember when 80 megs was like a shit ton of like
hours to transfer? Yes. Yep.
These kids, man, they've got it. Speaking like a 50-year-old, these motherfucking kids have got it made.
I was talking to DJ Mark, 45 King, the other day, and telling him about the early days when we were collaborating over the internet and on dial-up and sending MP3s on dial-up, and it would just take forever. You know
the bad part about dial-up. Jenny
it?
said, "Put some clothes on, Daddyo." Yeah, dial-up was if you ever wanted to go incognito at night. When everybody goes to bed, you got to put pillow after pillow after pillow up against. People are like, "What were you doing on the internet last night?" What are you talking about? I went on the internet. Oh yeah, you were. I heard that.
It was so loud.
I mean, I used to spend a lot of nights late on the internet looking at all C-Doc's old beats.
Oh, geez. That was a thing, huh?
Oh yeah, man. Sitting there in the dark, listening to C-Doc beats late at night. My wife was like, "Dude, what were you doing last night?" I was listening to C-Doc again.
All right, tell you what. Right as I was about to throw in the towel, there it is. Okay.
Did it come in? All right, good.
There.
I'm going to remove it from the stream. Let's throw it up there.
All right. Oh, you want me to throw it up?
I can throw it up.
Yeah, you do it.
I got it.
Okay. Hence the name Daddyo. I got a question. Bambaataa still in Zulu Nation? You ain't built right. Here to make you dance like Fortnite.
Educated by the guards and the dope fiends, never persuaded by the blogs and the smoke screens. I'm from that crack era, clap for your black level. With killer cats, murdered rats trying to...
There it is.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, oh yeah, the man himself,
What?
Professor Daddyo.
It's C-Doc
Stetsasonic.
It's C-Doc again. Y'all know. Yo, every time, I never forget Doc. When we did, I don't know what we had did. I don't even think we had did From My Hood to You yet. We were working on, whatever that album was before that.
No tablecloths.
Yeah,
No tablecloths.
And then, all my friends was like, "Yo, who is C-Doc? Like, who is C-Doc? Cause man, I tell you, man, whenever me and Doc get together, man, it's a problem, yo.
It's a problem.
I'm telling you, it's a problem, man. And I mean, I think we made a close to perfect album with From My Hood to You, but what we got coming up, man, I'm telling you, man.
You know what? And I keep getting props. We keep getting props from My Hood to You. Oh,
Yeah.
You're Hollywood tonight. You're in the back of the limo, huh?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, you know what happened? The grandkids are here, so they noisy. They mad noisy,
Surely not.
man. Like, man. The 4-year-old, I could calm him down, but the 2-year-old, I can't.
Nah.
Nope.
Not a chance.
It's no calming down. But yeah, man, it's like even I never forget this, man. Me and Doc went to Canada, right? Because we did a show with Chuck and who was on that show? Ghostface, Raekwon.
Yeah.
Jeff, Jazzy Jeff was on that show.
Yep.
Mitchie Me was on that show.
Mitchie Me was there.
Yeah. So we had went to Canada, and Jahi was with me, right? And actually, what the joint From My Hood to You that Doc was just playing, we was shooting the video for that, right? We was at the bus stop. We were shooting the video, and then Jahi said to me, he said, "Man, C-Doc be doing those beats for you, right?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Man, how come it sound different than when he do it for everybody else?" So I don't know, man. We got a vibe, man. We got a vibe, bro. We got a vibe.
I remember that show after or was it before? Whatever. We were in the green room, and you played the beat, and I think your verse was on it for the no, and Wise Intelligent was on it too.
Oh yeah, for
yeah, I can't remember the name of it either.
It'll come to me. It'll come to me in a minute.
For Be Yourself.
Yeah, Be Yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody started bugging out.
Yeah, they was losing it.
They were just losing their minds. It's like, yo, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's always an honor and a privilege to get to work with you, sir.
I love you guys, man. You know, three of my favorite guys. So, you know.
Yeah, man.
M-Rock is slowly beating y'all, but you know.
Well, hey.
I don't know about that.
it's M-Rock. Come on, bro.
I'm here to do work.
You know? There's a reason I brought him, you know. I was time to get this dude involved. So
yeah, no doubt. I mean,
you know?
So welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Professor Daddyo.
Yes. Thank you.
I'm going to pick up some questioning here. I got some questions for you. I tend to be more of the common man.
The questionnaire.
Yeah, I'm the questionnaire. So I've got some interesting questions for you that you may not normally answer, just because a lot of people on the show that tune into the show know a lot of the history, but I wanted to scratch a little deeper to get more at, you know, the human behind the Professor Daddyo. So one of the things that has been so interesting for me since joining Spit Slam a few years ago is how prolific you are of a writer.
Oh, thank you.
And so what I'm wanting to understand is, when do you write? Like, what inspires you? Like, what's that process look like?
So, I mean, not to toot his horn, but I gotta toot his horn. So M-Rock, this is why I love M-Rock, and then I'll go back. The reason I love M-Rock, because the only guy that ever used to send me tracks and I would write right away would be C-Doc. So some of those records that we make that's not like C-Doc produced on the albums, those might, like Drummer Man. I had that beat for 8 years.
Wow.
Really?
For 8 years, I had the Drummer Man beat, and I couldn't figure it out, bro. Like, I couldn't figure out what to say, how I wanted to say it, what that concept was going, and the hook and everything was on it. And I didn't know what to do, right? But when Doc sends me something, usually he'll tell you, maybe a day or two, I'll turn it around. And then M-Rock is the second guy like that he could send me something and I could turn it around in a day. Only reason I haven't finished the EP stuff is because we're doing a storyline on the 2 EPs that we're doing. But so it some of that depends on where I get the track from. And then other than that, it's just like, you know, my team is real small, right? So I got Doc, I got Jennifer, I got Hasib, and I got Azim. And Azim is new. So in the beginning, it was just Doc, Hasib, and Jennifer. And so what will happen is we start shaping these albums, and I'll write anywhere. Like, I'll write anywhere. We could be taking the kids to school or whatever. It doesn't bother me. Like, I'll just write. Like, you know, I do that. Inspiration wise, for the last few years, my inspiration been battle rap. Like, I just watched Danny Myers tear Tay-Rock a new asshole. It was so crazy because nobody expected Danny to win that battle. He 3-0 Tay-Rock. That's crazy. You know what I mean? And when I see that kind of stuff and the stuff that they do, the way they move inside the words, it's just amazing to me. You know, I mean, I know there's that stigma, battle rappers can't make records and all of that kind of stuff. So I said, well, I'll make records for them. So,
I was going to say, you seem to be able to take that energy and channel it into your records.
Yeah.
So I have noticed that. Yeah.
That's kind of what it is. And then, you know, other than that, man, it's just, I mean, honestly, bro, it's just straightforward hip hop. Like, I mess with these guys, like, you know, 2 of the guys on the show, are producers for me. I mess with these guys because we into hip hop, we love hip hop, and you know, we try to figure out like what's the next presentation. It's 2022, right? So we try to figure out, so what's the next presentation of that, right? So some of it may feel a bit retro, right? We're not gonna do to the beat and all of that, you know what I mean?
Right.
But some of it might, but we try to figure that part out. And a lot of it is just hip hop is very inspirational to me, whether it's Chuck or Dres from Black Sheep, you know, or Super Lover C, or whether it's something new that Young Thug does, or something new that Kendrick puts out, or whatever. Like it's always hip hop that inspires me, because when I started rapping, I never looked at it like any of us was ever gonna quit. In my head, it wasn't a quitting game. And so one of the things that Doc and I have tried to work on, well, I can't even say we tried to work, I think we accomplished it already, is to defy the concept of ageism in hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like that just doesn't mean anything to us. You know what I mean? Because it may be a young spitter that's incredible, and he might be trash. You know what I mean? It might be somebody my age that's incredible, or he might be trash. The issue is to just try to keep the music at the level of where we are, because we are a genre. And a lot of times, still to this day, that's sad, right? 2022. That's sad. But still to this day, there's a lot of folks that won't give us that props of being a genre.
Yeah.
You know, they'll say subgenre, they'll say all types of other stuff, but they won't. They'll give us the style clash things. They'll give us all of that, but they won't give us a genre of music. And so we fight for that. And so it's a long answer to a short question, but it's more of that, right, Chuck? It's fighting for that. You know, it's holding the banner for that. It's the picket sign for that. Like, yo, we still here. Like, I don't know what y'all think we are, but we still here. You know?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So why do you think that, you know, there's a handful of folks out there, MCs out there like yourself, Chuck, others that are still doing it? Like, I mean, I don't notice any drop off. If anything, I notice that it's like even better. Like, what do you think it is? What do you think it is that keeps some of those cats from not picking the mic back up? Or, you know, what's different about you than others that have kind of said, you know what, I'm kind of retired out of this game?
I don't know about the different part. The first part of the question I'm still trying to figure out. I've had conversations with people that are rappers, people that are in the music, like the four of us, people that are not in the music at all. And I've received, you know, a few answers. I like the answers that I receive from people that are not like us, right? That don't do this every day. Only because, you know, we in it. We all the way in it, right? And you know, when you talk to people that's just kind of living their lives normally, all we are is a soundtrack to their life, right? You know, they believe it's fear. You know, they really, really believe that it's fear. I said, I don't want to coin that. You know, I don't want to like co-sign that, because I can't say, oh, so-and-so just scared to rap. Like, I can't do that. Now, he's my peer, so I can't be the guy to say that. But I've heard fear. I've heard confusion. I'll bring that word up again. I've heard ageism. You know, there may be quite a few cats that feel like, you know, this just, it's not for me anymore. I'm too old for it. I've kind of aged out. I don't know. I mean, you know, Doc and I can't even lie, bro. We got records for Kane right now. We got records for Dana right now. Like, we got records for people whenever they ready. we got the records, and I ain't even tapping the M-Rock for that yet. You know what I mean? But I mean, we can make these records, like we can make records on the people we love.
Yeah.
But it seems I made an analogy a while ago, and it sometimes it suffices. You know, it don't matter which one is Jordan or which one is Pippen, which you know is probably pretty obvious. But Jordan Pippen, meaning me and Chuck, couldn't win championships alone. You know what I mean? And for years, man, you know, besides me and Chuck, I mean, you know, you do. Chris does make records. I give him that. And a few other cats, but man, it's like it's so scarce out there that you know, and that's why I say, you know, I love what you know what we do, helping Chuck with you know with Rap Station and what LL has done with Rock the Bells, because a lot of times people don't even know we still rapping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I mean, I'm notorious for blaming that on the lack of volume. You know, I'll always say if it was 8 or 9 of us doing what me and Chuck are doing, we got a different atmosphere now.
Right.
You know, now Billboard has to create a classic hip hop chart. Now Spotify has to create a classic hip hop chart. Now Apple Music. Now everybody turns around if it's 8 or 9 of us doing it. But when it's only me and Chuck doing it, you know, of course, the purists love us. You know, we got great voices. That I will say. I don't brag about many things, but I will brag about me and my peers' voices. Our voices
Yes.
are dope. My voice is dope. Kane voice is dope. Chuck voice is dope. Delight voice is dope. Like, we got dope voices, you know. But the issue is with the lack of volume, it just makes it super duper difficult, especially at the rapid fire repeat of, you know, of the present, meaning, you know, we could say new artists, whatever we want to say, but, you know, I say it all the time. I was talking to a young lady that, you know, I like her music, a young R&B girl, and I told her, I said, man, your output is whack. Even K. Michelle got 6 mixtapes on Dat Piff. She might have 3 real albums, but she got 6 mixtapes up there. So this firing pin thing, we gotta do it. We don't have a choice. You know, we don't have the option to say, hey, I'm gonna make one joint and then I'm gonna wait 3 years or I'm gonna wait 4 years and make another joint. We don't have that option. You know what I mean? We gotta do more and more. So I don't know. I don't know what stops these guys, Chuck. I really would like to know. You know, I've worked really hard to try. One second. This lady is trying to get out. You want to get out? To the left. To the left and all the way to the front. Just go close to the gate. No, you don't need a car. Just go to the left and go front to the gate. Sorry, guys.
No, that's all right.
All good.
You're doing your community service for the evening.
Yeah. It's hard. I live in a gay community. Sometimes people come in here delivering food. They don't know how to get out. That's good for me, though, because if you come in and try to rob me, we going to pop the shit out of you before
That's
you
right.
get out of
You
here.
don't know how to leave.
Yeah. But, yeah, man. So I don't know. I mean, and then I got to big up my guys. They don't have C-Docs and M-Rocks in their corner. I mean, if you had, yo, bro, you don't understand, Chuck. You have no idea what it's like. Okay, I'm going to give it to you. I'll give it to you. Back in the day, if you was an MC and you had a DJ, that's cool. That's very cool. It's cool to be an MC and have a DJ. But when your DJ got records, that's a whole nother game. Because now we getting ready to go out in the park, but he about to pull a couple of joints out that nobody heard, and you kicking routines to it, and you killing it. So when you got arsenal, it makes you as an MC I mean, it's hard to not be tough. It's hard to not big up. It's hard to not spit fire when you got that. So when you don't have those kind of producers in your corner that work with you, I mean, you know, we do things. No, that's not right. You know, it's not all daisies with us. You know what I mean? It's records we do that we don't even use sometimes. You know what I mean? But at least they understand me. I understand them. They kind of want to provide that bed for me. And so that's where you get all of what you get. And I think part of that for my peers, and that's Chuck's benefit too, right? My peers don't have that.
Yeah.
So if they don't have that, it's like, no disrespect to your nephew, because I use my nephew too. My nephew dope. He did Yesterday Man on the Public Enemy album and all that. But I use Doc for more than main stuff, and then I might grab a couple of joints from the nephew. You understand what I'm trying to say? Or, you know, like when me and M-Rock linked up, we did the joint with him, but then it's like, yo, let's do a whole EP. And then he sent me a joint. Man, I don't know, might have been a week. I gave him all the names to the records. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
That's right.
So if you don't have that in your corner, that could also contribute to you falling back, because what are you rapping to? You got to think about it, bro. If you a guy like Daddyo, a guy like MC Delight, Big Daddy Kane, Chuck D, and you started rapping whatever year you started rapping, and you put out, I mean, I put out some classics that's gonna live so much longer than when I die. Like, I mean, it's bananas sometimes when I go to a club. Because you go to a club in Kansas and all of a sudden Sally comes on and the fucking crowd goes bananas. You're looking around like, what the hell? You know, it's 2020, 2021. You're like, what the hell just happened in this place? I remember we did about 3 or 4 years ago, we did Lady B's show in Philadelphia. When we did Sally, they thought it was a fight in the venue the way the people rushed the stage. Because as soon as they heard, I got a girl named Sally, they went stupid. Right? So you started rapping then. What are you gonna, because the question is always this, Chuck. What are you gonna rap to now? And no disrespect to Sally or anything Paul made, I made, Bobby made, you know, all of that. But what are you gonna rap to now? And so if you don't have you know, somewhat of an arsenal of stuff. Oh, hold on a second. This light. How do I make that light work? Oh, there we go. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have so much of an arsenal of that kind of stuff, that could also stop them, Chuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody saying, yo, we going to the ball, right? But I don't got no clothes. It ain't like I don't want to go to the ball. But if I don't have no clothes to the ball, it doesn't mean that me as a person is not a qualified person for the ball. But I could look real stupid with no nice clothes for the ball, if that makes sense.
No, it makes total sense. Absolutely. I don't want to hog all the questions, Doc. M-Rock, y'all got anything? Because I can sit here all night.
I love talking to you, Chuck, though. Because even when me and Chuck be on the phone, yo, me and Chuck is having the same conversations we have on the phone anyway.
I got some questions. I got some questions sent in.
Okay.
And actually, this is a good one because I know we spoke about it briefly, but I don't know if I ever asked this particular question.
Okay.
Is how did you get involved with the Freestyle Fellowship and the Project Blow, that album?
Yeah, so the freestyle stuff was very interesting.
real quick. Let's, for those that don't know, you produced a couple of joints on the.
Yes, absolutely. I did the Innocent Boundaries record. I did a record named Shammies, and then I helped them shape the rest of the album.
Right.
So Freestyle, I started Kedar Massenberg in the business. Kedar and I had a joint, kind of like a joint apartment / studio in Brooklyn, and Kedar went out to LA. I forgot what he went out there for initially, but he went out there. He ended up meeting Kim Bowie from Island, and Kim had this group, Freestyle Fellowship, who had put out some records independently, and she wanted to sign them to Island, and she was just like, they need help, they need guidance, they need whatever. And so throughout Kim and Kedar talking, Kedar started managing them. And so he started managing Freestyle. So when he came back, he was like, yo, you're not going to believe this. And I'm like, what? He said, yo, I think I ran into the best MCs on the planet. And I'm like, and they from LA. I'm like, Kedar, get the hell out of here with that. and I remember this, man, very clearly, of introducing Micah 9 to Africa Bambaataa as the best MC I've ever heard in my life.
Wow.
Like, these dudes, so they came to New York, right? And so that's how I got involved, because Kedar was managing them. So he brought them in for me to produce. And I remember Kedar took them boys out to Long Island to a cookout, and they tore Busta Rhymes a new asshole. That's a fact. Like, them boys crazy, man. It's the project blow. Like, I even posted something maybe last year or the year before that, because COVID makes us lose years.
Right.
I posted something and said, there's everybody's top 10, and then there's Project Blowed. I mean, those guys are phenomenal at what they do. But it was cool, man, because they introduced me to the whole everything that they were doing. There was a health food store that they used to have out in LA called The Good Life.
Right.
And everybody used to perform at The Good Life and battle at The Good Life and all of that kind of stuff. A lot of people don't know Snoop comes out of that group.
Oh.
Yeah. You might think Snoop, Snoop comes out of that same freestyle massive as all them LA dudes. He used to be in there with them dudes spitting.
Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy, right?
That's
so
cool.
so that's how I ended up getting involved. And not only did we become friends, but I still got work. Like, I talked to Micah and AC Alone still, and I keep telling them, man, because actually AC owes me and C-Doc a verse right now.
That sounds dope.
Yeah, he owes us a verse right now.
Yep. Yeah. So, but that, we're going to backtrack because, and a lot of people probably know this, but for those who don't, was obviously not the beginning of your production career. One of the first records you produced was a Brooklyn, New York anthem,
right?
Top Billin'.
Yes.
Yep. And Audio 2. And how did you get involved? And there's a two-part question. How did you get involved with First Priority to do that record? And was it like a production deal? Because you did a couple other records for that camp too, right?
Well, so it wasn't a production deal. God bless his dad, Lumumba Carson, Professor X from X Clan, Sonny Carson, who was his father, God bless his dead to him. Right. Sonny called me because I was always in tune with a lot of the pro-black political massive in Brooklyn. My uncle Obar was down with them, so I knew Sonny, I knew Alambe Braff, Al Sharpton real early, the Fat Sharpton, all of those guys. So Sonny called me and told me, hey, my son wants to be in the business. I need you to, talk to him. And that was Lumumba. And so I began to mentor Lumumba in terms of, the music business. And Lumumba was in touch with this young kid from Queens named Positive K. And Positive K was to be signing a record deal with a small Brooklyn label from St. John's Place called First Priority. And so Lumumba knew me, and he also knew Maxwell, which was Grand Puba.
Right.
And so me and Puba produced the first Positive K record called Quarter Grand Pam. And that was the first time I worked with First Priority. Was working with Puba, me and Puba producing Quarter Grand Pam for Positive K. Then I'm still rapping. I'm rapping. And Stetsasonic stuff actually started making a little noise in Brooklyn, right? And so Tommy Boy gave us a release party. And when Tommy Boy gave us a release party, it was at this place called Palladium. It used to be a Palladium in New York. It was at this place called a Palladium in New York. It was a small room, but it was a nice room, a nice little rock and roll room called the Michael Todd Room. And like all the hip hoppers came out, Red Alert, everybody, they all came out to this Stetsasonic release party. And prior to that, Delight from Stetsasonic he used to go to the Latin Quarter used to be a big hip hop club, but there was also, besides for the weekends, there was like a Tuesday night or Thursday night. I don't remember if it was Tuesday or Thursday, but it was like a Tuesday or Thursday night that Red Alert used to play, but it was more like an after work kind of thing. The Light, when he used to see me, the Light used to always sing this record. I like cherries because cherries taste better and grapes are sour. And I used to like, yo, what the hell are you talking about? It's a rap record. He said, D, it's kind of rap, but it ain't rap, but it's dope. And so finally one night I went down to the Latin Quarter and I heard that record, and the record was fire to me. And I was like, who are these little dudes? And so what happened was they came to that release party at the Michael Todd Room, and they were walking past me. And I think it was the Light that said, yo, that's them. And I grabbed Milk. And I said, yo, if you ever want somebody to produce you, I'll produce you. And he was like, great. You know what I mean? And he went and told Nat. And then basically that's how I ended up working with the audio too. But I ended up working with the audio too. Like, it's interesting, man, because in music, that's pretty much the way I am even to this day. Like, I try to know if I see something in somebody and I feel like we could, get something popping, then that's what I do. And that's what happened. Is like I heard the audio too. It's not like they were super popular, but that record was crazy. And I was just like, oh, I would love to work with these dudes. You know what I mean? So that's how I ended up working with the audio too, just based on really Delight telling me about that I Like Cherries. If Delight would have never told me about I Like Cherries, I would have never ended up working with the audio too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So you are a prolific MC and writer.
Thank you, sir.
But I think there are quite a few people, myself included, that don't really realize how prolific of a producer you've been. Could you tell us a little bit about some of the artists you produce that we may not necessarily know unless you're C-Doc, because he knows everything? Yeah.
No, finish, Chuck. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I was going to say, who was the person you liked working with the most?
Okay, so that I can answer first. Two people. One was Jeffrey Osborne. I wrote and produced a Jeffrey Osborne song and pretty much cried the whole time that he was singing it. Because I couldn't believe that he was singing my words. And the ill part about the production, the way I do production a lot of times, a lot of my productions are collaborations, even though I might be the main producer. As a producer, I've always taken the Quincy Jones stance of producing, meaning I'll produce the record, but I may not be the guy playing the instruments and all of that. But this particular song I did for Jeffrey Osborne, I played everything on it. I played everything and I wrote the whole record. And just working with him was so phenomenal. I'll never forget it. He went in the studio. We was at Green Street. He said, "Where's your mics?" They brought all the mics out. He had them all lined up. A Neumann, an AKG, a few others. He sang on one and said, "No, I'll blow the diaphragm on that." He figured out which one to sing on. And then he did the whole song in one take, except for like something in the bridge.
Wow.
And it was just phenomenal. The other person was very recent, and C-Doc was there to witness this. And that's when I worked with Gene Barge when we went out to Chicago to do a remake of A Quarter to Three. Gene Barge was 92 years old at the time. And Doc will tell you, we sat there and watched this man tell the damn drummer one time, "Man, you corny, man." Right, Doc? He said, "You corny, man. You
was
sit
amazing.
this one out." It was,
it was amazing.
Are
Amazing.
you kidding me? Like, dude, I couldn't even understand what was going on. Then on top of that, right? We start talking. So we start talking about rap. So me, I got this line I always say. I always believe that Pig Meat Markham's "Here Come the Judge" was the first rap record I ever heard, right?
Right.
Why we come to find out that he produced that record?
Right.
Not only that, he sits there and tells us, "Daddyo, that was nothing. All of them used to come in there rapping." He said, "I used to have a guy that come in and tap and rap."
Wow.
And it was just amazing to watch this man work, the way he organized the horn section. And it was stupid, man. It was dumb. Working with Big was dope. Producing Biggie was dope because that's the first time I ever saw somebody not write. Because I come from an old school yellow pad, legal pad, or black and white notebook, like writer type of situation, like rhyme books. I come from that. And I never forget when we put Big in the studio to do this record called Steal and Rob. Him and C's was at my studio. They sitting there, they talking to some girl on the phone, whatever. And then Un says, "D, he's ready." And I'm like, "He's ready for what?" And he's like, "He's ready to lay his verse." I said, "So where's his pad?" And Un said, "D, he don't write." I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "D, he don't write." So I put on the beat, and here come your man. I'm surrounded by criminals, heavy rollers, even I'm like, yo, I never saw nothing like that in my life, yo. Like, that was crazy. Same thing working with Jay-Z, that was crazy, because Jay don't write. So when we went in to do the remix on Shy's "I Don't Want to Be Alone," Jay's different, though, because Biggie will have one thing he's going to do. Jay will literally write in his head 5 verses and say, "Which one should I use?"
Wow.
I'm like, who does that? You know what I mean? So like that was a lot of fun. Working with Third World, God Bless the Dead, Bunny Ruggs, that was phenomenal because a lot of people don't know Third World, the reggae band, as musicians are classically trained.
Oh wow.
So I'm in the studio with them and they playing classical music. I'm talking about playing it. I'm like, what the hell is going on right now? I'm with a reggae group and they playing classical music. Like, what's happening right now? You know what I mean? So like, but I have to be real honest, man. Like, every person that I've ever produced, including working with Stetsasonic, which I don't know, in terms of fun, Stetsasonic is probably the most fun. Because it's nothing like working with these dudes, man. Because Paul got his own little thing. Bobby got his own. It's so ill when you're in the studio with Stetsasonic. It's so ill because you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, for instance, I give you an example. Making Sally. Let me tell you how Sally came about. Sally came about because back in the day on the street, we always played break beats, right? But a lot of break beats, not a lot, a few break beats have words in them. So like Heaven and Hell got that children playing, women producing, men go working, some go stealing. And it's a few others that have words. One of the ones that had words was Dyke and the Blazers, gotta let a woman be a woman and a man be a man. And when Flash and them would cut it up, they would cut it up from that part. Some people don't like the way Sally walk. So I wrote a song that had all of those talking break beats in it. So the whole song was gonna be, one was gonna be the children working, one was gonna be that, one was gonna be what's the other one? Keep Your Distance is another one. Like it's a few that had words in them. And that was my idea. We were in the middle, like I don't know middle, but we were in the process of making the Info Gear album. On Info Gear, the idea was that all of the MCs was gonna do a solo record.
Oh.
So we went outside, because we used to always take these breaks. Basically, I know Bob Power is a big engineer, but we taught Bob Power. We taught him everything he knows as far as hip hop. And Power, but Power taught us too, because he used to have us take these sonic breaks. And so we went out to take a sonic break and left Fuquan in the studio. When we came back to the studio, that beat that you hear for Sally was playing. He made that.
Wow.
Boom. That just the beat with the 808 and all that.
Yeah.
And Paul, this is what I'm talking about, working with Stetsasonic. Paul hears it and automatically grabs, I don't know where he got that from, but he puts that in there and it sounded crazy. And I said, yo, I'm not going to do that record with all the things, but I do want to add that Dyke and the Blazers, the Sally thing. And I tried it and it worked. And we wrote the record right there.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So working with them was so much fun, because what we do right now, Stetsasonic has always done it. That's a weird thing to me, because it means that we were like maybe 30 years ahead of our time. No record was ever done before it was done. We're recording on 2-track tape, but we would go in the studio and work on 9 records per session.
Wow.
We would put up what we need to add, a hi-hat to that, blah, 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 da, da, make notes. Everybody got pads, cassettes, Walkmans, all of that. Okay, pull that down. Now, Delight, what you got to do? Oh, I just got to do my ad-libs on that song. Oh, okay. And that's the way we would work back then. Wow. So that's the most fun, was probably that. Working with Puff was very interesting. Because believe it or not, Puff's a genius. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? I mean, no, for real. Like he would. I give you an example. When I did the remix for both of the remixes that I did for Mary, when I did the Real Love joint and when I did the Love No Limit joint. But in particularly when I did the Real Love joint, I stole a piece of Prince Paul. We were in my studio. The beat, I already had put the beat together. I had Jack KG from Naughty by Nature on the beat. I had already put the beat together in terms of what I wanted to do. And Paul used to always have this technique where he would just bring a crate of records and just start scratching stuff and see if it worked. And so I did that when I was working with the Mary J. Blige stuff. And as soon as I scratched in that Cleanup Woman, that Puff automatically knows that's it. I'm like, Puff, it's Betty Wright. Da, da, da. He said, Daddyo, that's it. Like, he always knows what is it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was a lot. But I can't really say I didn't have fun on almost anything that I produced, man. That's just the truth. Chili Pepper shit was crazy. You know what I mean? Because Flea ended up like doing like extra bass lines for me on higher ground. Meeting Chili Peppers was bananas because they told me that Heaven was sitting in. Flea told me, no, it wasn't Flea, it was Anthony. He said, "You know what Heaven is, Daddyo?" He said, "Sitting in a bathtub, a bubble bath, smoking a spliff, listening to George Clinton. That's heaven." What?
He might be right.
He might be right.
He might be right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
go ahead, Doc.
I had a real quick stat question since we were
Okay.
talking about stat. De La's success with 3 Feet High and Rising,
Right.
since Paul was a producer on that record,
Right.
and you were both signed to Tommy Boy,
Right.
did Stets going into Blood, Sweat, and No Tears, was there any kind of different did Tommy Boy give you guys any additional pressure or expectations since Paul was in the group and he's coming off of this big record?
Well, yes, but it happened starting with In Full Gear.
Okay.
So De La, a couple of things. One, De La Soul gets their name from a B-side of a Stetsasonic record. We have a record called Rock De La Stet. That's where they got this. Yeah, they got their name De La Soul from that. They were Paul's friends. They used to be most of the records that we made on Fire. De La was in the studio, and they was definitely there for at least half of In Full Gear. They just used to come and hang. Remember, it's Donald Newkirk playing the keyboards on Talking All That Jazz.
Right.
Like, that was Paul's crew. So they used to come through. And I got De La their deal because Paul brought me Plug Tuning and I lost my mind. And that was probably the second time that somebody thought that I was disappointed, that I was really amazed. The first time was probably with Top Billin'. And, when Milk let us hear the rhymes for Top Billin', I looked at him amazed. He thought I thought it was whack. I said, "This is the best shit since sliced bread. Like, this is crazy." And then the same thing with Plug Tuning. Like, Paul played it for me, and the look on my face, he's like, "Oh, it's whack." And I was like, "No, Paul, I've never heard anything like this in my life." Like, to this day, I've never heard anything like Plug Tuning in my life. And I actually had 3 deals set up for De La. Just Tommy Boy moves real quick. Monica Lynch actually moved over the weekend and signed them.
Wow.
But from the very beginning, Tommy Boy was fine with On Fire. They were fine with the raw energy on Fire. By the time we started doing In Full Gear, I remember the Magnets because Ricky came out. Can one of y'all speak British with a British accent? What's all types of questions that they used to have, and I don't know if we was the only one that went through it, but we were like weird. We were weirded out a little bit about it because we were like, you trusted us on this first album, but now all of a sudden you got all of these questions. Like, just let us make the record. I tell you a fun fact. Sally was made during On Fire.
Wow.
And I held it back on purpose to guarantee a second album. And it worked. I waited till the album was mastered and went and played it for Monica. And she said, "Why you didn't play this for me before?" I said, "Because you would have wanted to put it out." You know what I'm saying? But no, it was a lot but it wasn't pressure based on De La, Doc. It was just pressure like, and now I get it. Like, I'm not even an anti-Tommy Boy person now. I used to be back in the day, but I'm not anymore because I realize what it takes to run a label and all. It's just so much going on, right? So, I think for them, they were just trying to figure out like where the longevity was. And the one thing for Tommy Boy that was very difficult for them to understand was how to really get a grip and promote hip hop band. You know, for them, everybody else's promotion was easier, and they were really into gimmicks. And later on, you know, that would prove true when they did. And that's no disrespect to Shock; he was a genius. But you know, that would prove true with Humpty and
Right.
even even the Naughty records. All the Naughty albums was finished before any of the Naughty singles.
Yeah.
They used to have to go back and make a single.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, they were just trying to figure out, you know, how they hold up. And you know, us, we were more like Earth, Wind, and Fire. Like, you know, we musicians. We going in there on some musical. We not trying to be gimmicky. You know, we used to say, you know, you gonna get dancers on stage? No. You know, like everything that anybody was doing, we wasn't doing none of that. You know, so that was and I think that's why we clicked so much and so tight with Public Enemy, because Public Enemy had that same kind of thing on them. Like, look, man, like don't try to gimmick me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I don't. So it wasn't. I don't think the pressure came from the De La, because I think De La. You know, first of all, I always ask my friends. I always put this to the plow with my friends and say, look, man, you know, you guys always talking about duos and, you know, God bless Outkast and God bless MOP and, you know, me, and you know I love UGK, but there really ain't two MCs that really could fuck with Paz and Dove, man. That's just true.
Yeah.
They'll fucking toss anybody, B.
Yep.
Any twosome, they'll toss everybody.
Word up.
Mobb Deep, everybody.
Yep.
Eat them alive. You know what I mean? So, you know, I don't think that kind of competition was there, but yeah, Doc, they did give us a little bit of from Info Gear on down. It was that, and then Blood, Sweat, No Tears was weird because Stetsasonic was going through our own changes. Yeah. I didn't get to love that album until about 3 years ago.
It sounds like it sounds like a transitional kind of thing. Like you guys were in, you know, headed into different places.
Yeah.
So,
and that's exactly what it was.
Yeah. Well, glad to have you guys back.
Yeah.
Even though you never went away.
No, we never went away. But I think we found a great home with Spit Slam. You know, it's good for us artistically. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that you guys are good for us, it's just good for us artistically, because, you know, at our age, it could be confusing. I think it could be. You know what I'm saying? I think it really could be. Like I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fortunate to have team members like you guys and Doc knows, you know, to kind of help me, you know, I don't want to say mold and shape, but just kind of motivate what we need to do. Because again, man, if you come from my era and you got no heat, you might have the best rhymes in the world, but if you got to try to do that, or if some of that got to be trying to done on a trap beat or something like that, you're gonna be lost, man.
Yeah.
You know, and one of the things that's happened for me, which we were able to translate it into Stetsasonic, is, you know, exactly what kind of rap songs, you know, exactly how these songs should sound. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of rap song should we be making? You know, how does it so sound? So is it boom bap? Absolutely. But we much more boom bap plus than we are boom bap minus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah. So
you use that as the foundation and build from there.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. I mean, you know, and then you know, you could get some of the musical parts in it, because I think sometimes people with hip hop are afraid, especially my peers. I'm talking about my group, but some of the young guys too are afraid of what musical things we could enter in. You know, they understand the kind of like the DJ kind of culture, loop, sample things. But the musical stuff, they're not sure if they could do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? They just not sure if it's gonna work or not. And I think sometimes they're just not willing to at least, you gotta give it a try, man. You gotta at least try.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Yeah, man. So okay, I got one last question.
All right, go ahead, man.
One last historical question.
I know M-Rock got a question, so
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll make it as quick as possible because you talk about this other stuff, but I don't think anybody ever asked you, how did you become the voice of MC Gusto in CB4 for the
Bill
rhyme?
Stephanie.
Mr. Bill.
Bill Stephanie. Yeah, I was actually just talking to Bill the other day because we're working with a friend of ours together, and he said, well, I've given Daddyo his most proud moment in the world. And he says, when I chose him to be MC Gusto. So yeah, Bill Stephanie and Nelson George were working with Chris Rock, and they're all good friends. And you know, they came up with this idea for what they was gonna do with CB4, and they was like, yo, we need, like, I mean, it would have been easy, it just didn't end up being easy, so it ended up being High Tech. High Tech was the closest to easy, but that's what they wanted. They wanted Daddyo and Eazy-E.
Gotcha.
So they ended up with Daddyo and High Tech.
I actually was wrong. You were Dead Mike, right?
Yeah, I was Dead Mike. But yeah,
Dead Mike,
they wanted Daddyo and Eazy-E because they wanted that kind of contrast.
Yeah.
And High Tech definitely was the closest.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Got you. Yeah. All right, M-Rock, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's all good, man. These are great questions. All right, I got two.
Okay.
One is about the visual look of Stetsasonic, because you guys, I think, looked as iconic and look as iconic as you do sound.
Right.
I have this right here. You guys.
That's one of my favorite covers, man.
Oh yeah, dude. This cover is fire.
Yeah, it's hard. That cover's hard.
Yeah. But you guys were always in the Troop gear. I always wanted to ask you, were you sponsored by Troop, or who was
We were sponsored by Troop through Tommy Boy. Not like planned. Because you gotta remember, at that time, Troop was not a huge brand. Right? Yeah. Like, you know, Adidas was the brand, and Converse was a bigger name, and Nike was a bigger name. Troop was like a up and coming, maybe later on to be called a street brand, because there was no real street brands then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they were looking for their end to the athletic world or that kind of fashion world anyway. They did catch a break because they caught us, they caught LL, a few other people. But yeah, and then the white, we learned long time ago. We had a trainer when we started doing Stetsasonic Delight Night. We had a guy still alive. I love him to death. His name is Kevin Porter. Most people call him Shakalak. He's a dancer. And he taught us entertainment. He taught us the entertainment business. When we said we wanted to get in, he said, if you really want to get in this, I'm going to teach you. And literally, I am not going to lie to you, the first Stetsasonic real show was at Carnegie Hall.
Wow.
Like, he threw us into the fire. He had us performing at piano bars and all that. Like, You want to do it, you really got to do it. And the one thing he taught us about white was, because he was such a showman and knew about it, he said, if you do white, the engineers can make your clothes any color that they want them to be.
Oh, with the lights, yeah.
With the lights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But first of all, the dark clothing just doesn't work. You know what I mean? Especially for, he said it might work for Wise because he light skinned. But you know what I'm saying? But for dark skinned guys, the dark clothing is just not going to work at all. But you're going to get more out of that white. You know what I mean? And we come from like so we came in at a cool time, right? Because it wasn't with where Flash and them were, but it was right after. So yes, a lot of groups would dress in uniform. You know, you would see guys, remember they used to do the t-shirts with the sweatshirts with the iron on stuff and all of that. You would see. So a lot of people were uniform, but we wanted to be uniform plus slick, plus in white. And so that was what, you know, that was the way we took it. And it's so funny that when you said that to me, I never forget this one night, Imran. We was at the Roxy. And it was because we used to enter all these contests and enter all these free shows just to perform. And I never forget going on the Roxy stage for the first time. The crowd was screaming for us like we were superstars, and they didn't even know who we were because of the way we ran on stage with that white on. Yep, I never forget that.
That's
I'll
awesome.
never forget that.
It's like Chuck says, man. People listen with their eyes first.
It's true, man. I believe it. I believe it. Yep.
All right. Second question. I've always wondered this. So we go back to like the mid to late 80s into the early 90s, and it's almost like hip hop was changing almost every like 4 months or something with the new sound. And I remember it's like you got like the whole like b-boy electro thing, and then you've got Run DMC comes out, and they've kind of got like a rock rap thing, and then the James Brown samples, and then you've got like the got Afrocentric rap, you've got, you know, Zulu Nation, you've you know, Tribe, all that stuff. So it's constantly changing. And then all of a sudden it gets real hard in the early 90s.
Right.
It's like, put away the sneakers, dancing isn't cool anymore.
Right.
You can't smile, you got to be thugging.
Right, right.
Were you guys feeling pressure, or you as a musician, were you feeling pressure to be that even though maybe you really weren't? Or was that something you wanted to tap into just to see what it was like, or how was that?
I wasn't feeling the pressure because of where I'm from. You know, one of the things that I get to do now, and you guys know this because y'all produce records for me, I get to talk that shit because I'm from that, right? I never really wanted to put that impression on Tommy on Tommy Boy or Stetsasonic, but I would get my little shit in. Like, you might even get hurt, my friend. Like, I'm the guy reaching for the gun saying you might get, you know what I mean? But you know, but no, I never felt any pressure. I actually felt slighted because I remember the beginning of hip hop and fighting to end gang violence. So I got a record on From My Hood to You with the Impossibles, that, you know, called Gang Gang. You know what I mean? And we you know, it's talking about that. You know what I mean? Because I remember that. I remember, like, you know, we come out of this toughness, we come out of this gunfighting, we come out of this, and then the b-boying and the graffiti, all of that was like a liberation from that.
Yeah.
You know, it was some truces made, and it was some people on the street that was like, man, we ain't gotta die no more. You know, we ain't gotta fight no more. And that's where Bam's whole peace, unity, love, and having fun thing came from. You know what I mean? And so when I saw some of that, and I mean, we're all the way back into it now, right? But when I saw some of that kind of reverting back into that, I actually felt a bit slighted, you know, because I'm like, man, this is kind of rough because we're not gonna be able to talk about some of the greater stuff. You know, if everybody's gonna talk about their neighborhood and how tough it is. You know, I used to say this all the time. I used to say, you know, everybody can't have the same damn story.
Yeah.
And everybody's story is, oh man, if I wasn't making music, I'd be on the street. Like, on the street doing what? Like, it ain't been no crack in a long time. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I felt a bit slighted because I felt like I still feel like that. I just think that there's room moving forward. That hip hop, we talk on records. That should say a lot. We could talk about real estate. We could make a whole album on real estate. A whole album.
Yeah.
Taking the real estate test, blah, blah, blah. We
Yep.
can, you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, we talk on records. So that's my whole issue is like, there's so much more that we can do. And so that, I mean, that's the answer in rock. Is like, I didn't feel any pressure. I felt a bit slighted. I felt, and not for me, for my culture, for my music, for hip hop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right,
So-
last question.
Yes, sir.
you have
for
a
it,
question. You have a question. No, I was
No,
just
no,
going to
no,
say.
go ahead.
I just was going to say. You know, we're promoting again the
Yes.
Goat Antidote album.
Oh yeah.
For those that don't know, for those who
Oh, yeah.
know, they know. But for those that don't know,
Go get that gold antidote, man. It'll change your life. So there's a few lines in there that'll change your life, man. African origin, but really don't give a hut, man. Come on, man.
Wow.
and what and there's going to be a video coming soon.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. With my little man Davey, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, Davey J making an appearance in a Daddyo video. So.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
Lil Rocco too.
Oh yeah, Rock's in there too, of course, because I was like, okay, Davey, you stand here and you're gonna rhyme, and Rocco goes, where do I go?
Like, exactly.
Yeah. Go back there, Rock. You go back there and dance. Okay. Yeah.
So what's up,
Rocco's
Joe?
the marketing.
Yeah, he is.
Rocco's
He
the
is.
marketing master, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
on those videos you do, like he's
Yeah.
like a natural.
The
Yeah,
show
he is.
promos. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So two quick things, Professor. So one is we've heard about it, and it's not detox, but it feels like it. So self-destruction 2. Can you talk
Yes.
about that at all?
Yeah, so self-destruction 2, a few years ago I came up with the idea. I spoke to Chris about it. I got his blessing. I decided that I cannot do one song because it's just too many MCs on the planet Earth. And so we're gonna do this as a series of records. First thing I did is reach out to producers, DJ Premier, Large Professor, Pete Rock, Easy Mo B, Marley, Rottweiler, Paul.
You were in a room full of serious legends.
Yeah,
there.
like, and so they all gave me joints. So I'm sitting on phenomenal heat for Self-Destruction 2 moving forward. The first record is going to be done by Toby and Wigway and his crew. So the first record is me, Toby, Chuck D, Big Crit, Westside Boogie from Eminem's crew, and Grandmaster Flash. It's bananas.
Damn.
Yeah, so we're working on that now, trying to kind of figure that out, figure out what the video stuff looks like, and just kind of figure out the timing. We really wanted to release around the 19th of this month, because that's around the time of the first Self-Destruction, but Toby's been on tour and stuff, so we're working on that. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a series of records. You know, I'm still looking for stuff, if it's anybody listening. Looking more for MCs than I am tracks, though. You know, because between, you know, my internal crew with M-Rock and Doc, and then the stuff that I've got from them, I think I got enough music to kind of figure that out, but I just need to figure out who to put on those records. I got a couple of cats that's already committed, and it's pretty dope. But I you know, we're still kind of keeping it open, and girls too. You know, definitely girls too. Yeah.
Cool. Last question. So I think Doc told me this story, but I'm not sure. But I want to know who gets credit for this sample right here.
Long way, what the singer say.
Who the hell thinks Christopher Cross?
That's
can
both
be
of
rolling?
us, man. That's
Dude.
me and C-Doc, man. If you listen, man, that Bun B record we did, I think me and Doc did a lot of things together, but if it's anything that really combined the way we feel, me and him, about this music shit and like what we could do with it, that record is definitely that. Like we really
dude.
like, and on top of that, your man Bun gave us a real Bun verse, yo.
Oh man.
I mean, come on, man. You ain't gotta ride with us. That's what they got Lyft and Uber for, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Nobody had Daddyo and Bun B on Yacht Rock on their bingo card. Now there's a little rumor going around. There might be an actual Stetsasonic podcast. I'm working with Jenny on that.
Oh, that'd be beautiful. That'd be beautiful. I mean, I take my orders from her, so whatever she says.
I'm afraid of her and Wise. Those are two people I'm afraid of.
Them two? Come on, man. Come on.
When we had Wise on the show with you all, I was like, damn, this dude's going to come through the screen.
I know, right? Yeah, them two, boy. I mean, I tell you one thing, Chuck. It's kind of cool to have no people around you. You know what I mean? And not yes people around you. Because they really, like I always tell her, so I don't know if I told her before, but I'll tell it real quick. When we were doing, when I was doing Go to Antidote, right? The title for the next album, First Team, was actually gonna be this album, right? The Go to Antidote album. So I come up with this First Team album and I got like 23 songs. Right? So I'm loving all 23, And Young Thug had just put something out. It was like 23 songs, And so I hit Hasib up, I'm like, yeah, man, I got the First Team record all the way go. And then, we had just come off of From My Hood to You, where we got crazy acclaim. One, which Hasib lives on, which was a very prominent DJ said, I really wanted to skip your records, Daddyo. And I couldn't. And so, Sib is like, man, we already did the no skip once, man. We got to do the no skip again. So 23 is too much. I was mad as hell. So I hung up on him. Fuck that. I'm going to call Doc. Doc going to be with me. Doc going to be with me, right? I called Doc, right? I'm like, yeah, Doc, I talked to Sib, and then, you don't want to do the 23, but the 23. So Doc says, well, Daddyo, this is your record, and it's your choice, ultimately, but Griselda only putting like 9 joints on it. I hung up on him too. Like, what the hell? I said, yo, these two haven't even talked to each other about it, and they both saying the same thing. But then once I came to my senses, drank a cup of coffee. That's my thing, coffee, right? So once I did my thing, drank a cup of coffee, and I said, you know what? I got what they're saying, and I hit them both back. I said, okay, so this ain't even the First Team record. This will be Go to Antidote, because I had already started putting out some of that energy for, that kind of thing, and we were able to narrow it down. But the moral of the story is, get some no people around you, because a lot of people got yes men around them, and it's not working out for them, B.
Yeah,
it's really not, B. If you don't have some people in your corner that's gonna say, yo, D, that don't work, let those people go. And so, just in case in point, I mean, Jennifer's the number one. No, that shit don't work. Like, no. I'm like, I'd be so mad at her, but I can't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, all right, whatever. Let me try to figure this out.
Yo, man, you and I actually, and you bring up From My Hood to You, when we did that record, when we put that album together, if you remember correctly, you're like, well, I want to put these joints on them. I'm like, yeah, but the record's too long.
Right.
And it's just, it's not, it's like, it's great, but it's bogging down. And you and I figured out how to edit some of the songs down and like sequence them in a way that they just kind of move from one thing to the next. Yeah. And I think that's what saved that record.
Yeah.
So
it's true. It's true.
It was,
but yeah,
it was good.
But But Chuck, you're right to be afraid of Jennifer and Wise.
Yeah, I didn't need anybody to tell me that, but I knew. I appreciate that. Jen will call you at any hour too.
Yeah, I know.
She's like, "Hey," I'm like, "God damn, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning over there on the West Coast.
Yeah, she
what are
don't
you
see
doing?"
time. She don't see time at all. Like, cause she's on the West Coast, which is not too far from me. It's not like I'm on the East Coast, but like, I'd be like, yo, I was gonna call. Like I'll be in the airport. I'd be like, yo, I was gonna call, and she's like, yo, why you didn't call? And I'm like, I figured you were asleep. She's no, I was up.
Yeah, I don't think she's ever been asleep.
Yeah, she probably doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Professor. Appreciate
no
your
doubt,
time as
brother,
always,
no
bro.
Doubt. I love y'all. M-Rock, I'm still writing. Doc, we'll talk in a couple of weeks. You know, I think I do it. All we got to do now is narrow down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody go out and get that. Go out and get that Go Down the Dope. We got the Go video dropping soon, and we just gonna keep it moving.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Peace out to Daddyo, y'all. Thanks, Professor.
All right.
Appreciate you, man.
See Doc again. All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah,
Damn,
the guy. We owe him. We owe him because he did give us the title of the show. You know.
Yeah.
So, honor.
What
Always an
dude,
honor and pleasure.
man.
So yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep. Always an honor.
It's a good show, man.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yep. We worked through the kinks at the beginning, the audio problems.
I was going to say this was as close to this being an actual, like, it almost everything worked correctly.
Almost. Yeah.
By the end of this year, man, the Spit Slamaganza part 2 is going to be fucking bananas.
It is, especially if we get some of the artists on that are coming up. So, you know,
that's right. Yep. Some of the artists we're talking about, y'all, like Rappin' Duke.
Yep.
Friggin' UTFO.
Yep.
No.
Bruce Springsteen, John Cougar Mellencamp. Oh. Yeah, we got them all the hitters.
Barack Obama will be on.
Yep.
Have
the Olsen twins.
We got the Betty White interview from 1987. Yep.
Can I just bring up some pop culture real quick? Because I'm not getting this.
Please do.
Okay.
So listen, Bob Saget, yes, he was, he was a Hollywood guy. Why the hell did they break in? It was breaking news. They stopped the show that I was watching to tell me that Bob Saget had passed away.
Wow, really?
Yeah. And it was on ABC. I know that, ABC owns Disney and all that bullshit, but I was like, really? Like, it was like special bulletin. You're like, oh shit, who have we bombed?
Right. We just went to war.
COVID thing. Yeah. Bob Saget has passed away. And I'm like, looking at Jennifer, I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, I'm sorry. Like, it's terrible that Bob Saget passed away, but what the hell?
That's weird. That's weird.
Bizarre.
That is really weird.
Yeah. Al says because he's well loved and powerful in television. I guess so. Yep.
I guess.
Maybe.
I mean, listen, C-Doc is well loved and powerful in music, but they're not going to break in.
I hope
if
not.
He passes away, God forbid. Let's not hope that happens. But my God.
Yeah, I hope they don't interrupt your show when I die, man.
It was bizarre. I was like, what is it? Like a tornado warning? It's like a snowstorm or no, Bob Saget passed.
Oh, that's
okay.
That's weird.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
But you know what? Since you're putting that out there real quick before we end the show, I'm going to put this out there because I saw this the other day and I was just like, this is another what the hell moment for me, right? An article on my Google search, a recommended article from The New Yorker came up. Mm-hmm. And it's, what are we supposed to make of Kim Kardashian's budding romance with Pete Davidson and of Kanye West's new relationship with Julia Fox? nothing. It's none of our business.
Right.
Let these people live their lives.
Right.
I got stuff to do. What the hell?
The bigger question would be, why has C-Doc never listened to A Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy? That's the question. Break the news for that shit.
There you go. Right?
And shout out to Kevin Taylor real quick. Kevin was spot on. Yes, they interrupted America's Funniest Home Videos for that shit. Kevin, you're right.
Bob Saget would totally appreciate that, by the way. Good.
I mean, that's what we prognosticated. We were like, maybe it was because AFV was on. I don't know. It was bizarre.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's strange.
All right. Well, this was a great show. Imrock, it was great to see you. I do need to let you know that I do have the mixer boxed, which is huge for me. I'm quite the I drag my feet on shipping shit. Like, it's just a pain in the ass to ship
I know,
stuff.
man. I'll pay you for shipping. I appreciate you, bro.
No, it's not about the payment. It's about boxing it up.
It's about him going to the post office.
Right. It's about me leaving my house.
That is asking a lot.
You never know when the mail's going to come by here. I get mail about twice a week. That's no shit, dude. Like twice a week.
Really?
Yeah. Like on Tuesdays and maybe Fridays. And my fucking mailbox is packed. They only come down here twice a week, 2 or 3 times. It's crazy.
Wow. That's weird. I live right down the street from the post office in a very small town. So mail's not usually a problem. But
yeah.
So if you mail it to me, Chuck, I can mail it out to MRock right away.
Oh, there we go.
Problem solved.
Makes perfect sense.
Oh, my good God.
Logistically. Yeah. You guys realize this show is like Drink Champs without the drinks? I was just thinking about that.
Yeah. It's probably
I haven't watched Drink Champs, but I am drinking, so.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I got a Yeti for Christmas.
Nice.
What's in the Yeti?
We had to take a second mortgage out to buy it, but it's I've got a margarita in here tonight.
Nice.
Word up.
Nice.
Yeah,
Word to
man.
margarita.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So next week we will be back Tuesday, 8:30 p.m.
Yep.
Guests to be determined.
Yeah.
Hopefully some live stylings from the one they call DJ M Rock.
I hope so, man. Get to that post office, bro. Please.
Oh, I'll get there. I'll overnight that shit and charge it to Spit Slam. I got that
Please
Spit
do.
Slam corporate card. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we need one of those.
Absolutely.
Seriously.
All right, gentlemen. It was really good to see you all. And shout out to Daddyo tonight.
Yes.
Shout
Thanks
out
for
to
everybody joining in.
Yep. And everybody watching us on the replay. Shout out to y'all as well.
That's right. Follow Spit Slam Records, bitch. We're out. Peace.
It's C-Doc again.